It's just based on the account value of 12/31 each year, of last year that you take this year.
But haven't you ignored the growth in the IRA over the year? Perhaps it grew by 6%, and then you're not taking out 6%, just you're divided it by the denominator is, of course, your life expectancy.
Right.
But it's the value at the end of the year, so growth, you take the growth of the year into consideration.
True.
For example, today, you calculated today, it'd be out to 12/30, so all the growth this year wouldn't be affected.
Yeah.
Is that a correct statement?
Where's the table of those percentages? Is there one?
Yeah.
You can go on Google and get it. Yeah.
Not a percentage, it's your life expectancy. It's table 3 in
Yeah.
the IRS tables. That's for married people.
Publication 590. In the publication.
No, IRS.
Publication 590, table 3.
IRS.
I should have brought you with me. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's table 3 because it's joint life expectancy.
Portion of your IRA that you have in stocks and bonds with a stockbroker, they are also required to tell you every year how much is the minimum you must take out.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Almost every investment vehicle and company will do that every year. You know? Yeah. That's a good thing.
And I was talking to somebody earlier, I'm on the tax end, and I'm the one who receives the 1098 or 1099 and shows what your distributions are. I'm never on the front end of that. I'm very seldom on what's being required. I make the assumption that you're taking out the required minimum and any others that you might need, but I make that assumption. That's the assumption I work with. So sometimes going back and calculating an RMD, that's not something I normally would work with. And actually, I was talking to somebody earlier. Somebody asked me a question. It's actually a client who was asking about when he should make the payment. That was your question. And is the Bob, I ask you, put you on the spot. Is the RMD, is it required to be made by December 31st?
At the end of the year? Yes. Yes, the next year. In other words, whatever you were supposed to take out based on 12/31 last year, you got to take it out by 12/31 this year. Yeah.
Well, my client was, he texted me earlier and he's asking me, he heard that it was till April 15th.
Well,
That's only in the year in which you That's turn first 70 year. and a half.
Ah,
That's
Yeah.
only in the year in which you turn 70 and a half.
Right.
You can take till April 15th following.
good, I'm gonna text him back in a minute and act like I'm ready to know
For the
something.
previous,
Thank you.
But you can only do that once.
for the previous year, the previous year's distribution, once you reach 70 and a half, you got until April of next year to take it out
Okay,
for that one.
for that very first. Okay, good. Now, like I said, I can text him. And somebody else had asked a question. They heard that you had to start taking your distributions by April the 15th of the current year. Have any of y'all heard that? You heard that? You just need to take it by December 31st.
Correct. After the first year.
After the first year. I think I spend all my time in taxes, and sometimes as coming closer to my retirement, that I'm learning a little bit more and more, and I'm taking a little bit more personal interest in it. Very personal. Any more questions? I know Bob and I will be around to answer any questions that you have.
I'll learn.
We'll take our time and answer them all. A lot of times people do not want to ask questions in front of everybody. But they'd like to get us alone and we'll be here. And I have a business card if you want to speak to Bob later. He has some business cards out there too. So feel free to give me a call. And as I mentioned, don't call me on April 13th or 14th and ask me a question. And a couple of years ago, I actually got a call on April 14th. Says, I got to file my taxes. I got to file my taxes. Can you work me in? Can you work me in? I said, okay. Okay, you know, after about, they begged for about 5 minutes. I saw them on April 15th, and come find out it was a tax return from a previous year. We had to file. I just want to kill her. All right, thank you. That's
We're going to be handing out some things now, if somebody would help me on this side.